Hello, this is 4 10-inch buckets of soil taken from my winter composting rack. This soil last year grew carrots or potatoes or beetroot or leeks or onions, could have grown anything, and as soon as those crops were harvested I put this soil back in these buckets, built a rack from the buckets and covered them with a layer of chop and drop, seaweed and leaves. So that chop and drop has had about 6 months on top of these buckets, and as you can see, most of it's disappeared. That's about all that is left. The rest of it has disappeared into the soil, enriching that soil, making that soil better and better. Now I'm going to be using this soil shortly. I'm going to put some potatoes in these buckets, but because it's rained quite a bit through autumn and winter, I expect these buckets to be quite wet. I don't know if they are, but we'll find out because I'm going to dump them in this barrow. I'm going to break the soil ball up and I'm just going to leave it for a few days to dry out a bit to make it more manageable, and then we're going to plant some potatoes. So let's have a look. Let's see what this soil looks like after 6 months sitting in these buckets with a layer of chop and drop on it. Yeah, it is quite wet. It's sticking in the bottom of the bucket. So I was right in what I thought. See the baby worm, that little white thread. Obviously the worms are breeding in this soil. That's a good sign. This one looks a lot wetter than the others. I've taken the soil out of the barrow and put it back into these 4 buckets. Can you hear that collared dove serenading us? As soon as I said collared dove, it stopped. It may start again. If it does, it's a collared dove. Okay, so the soil is back in the buckets. We're going to plant a seed potato in each of these buckets. Just 1 seed potato. I think you'll be able to see these seed potatoes are chitting up okay. This is potato fertilizer. Now, this is what I should be using on all of these potatoes, but I've decided to try a little experiment with these first 4 potatoes, the 4 potatoes going in these buckets. So we're going to go with potato fertilizer in this bucket. We're going to go with Grow More in this bucket, and we're going to go with Blood, Fish and Bone in this bucket. And this bucket, we're going to use this stuff, and this is dried cow muck that my friend gave me. He said it's at least 3 to 4 year old. I've put it through a sieve just to break it up, and we're going to incorporate that into the soil in that bucket when we plant that seed potato. We've already got our tickets made out, but you're not going to want to watch me plant all these 4. It'll take a while if I'm going to do it right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 3 of the buckets out of the barrow plus this cow muck. We're going to sow 1 seed potato, and that's how I'll sow the other 3. But at that point we'll cut, and then we'll come back in when I've got all 4 pots with potatoes in them. Okay, let's tidy out this barrow. Let me just remove this for the time being, and then we're going to pop that into the barrow. Okay, we're going to incorporate this potato fertilizer into this soil, and we're going to mix it using this shovel. Now, to my mind, filling these pots is no dig gardening. There's lots of it on YouTube, and this is no dig gardening. Okay, size of that guy. Hope he likes potato fertilizer. Okay, let's mix it using this shovel. And you may now be saying, hey, hold on, that's digging. Well, let me tell you, it isn't digging. And you know why it isn't digging? Because you don't dig with a shovel. You shovel with a shovel, you dig with a spade. This is no dig gardening. Just thought I'd throw that one in. Right, what we want now is 2 inches in the bottom of this bucket, that's all, a couple of inches. Looks like a couple of inches to me. Right. We're simply going to sit this seed potato on top of that 2 inches of soil, and then we're going to cover it up. The next time this thing will see the light of day, that'll be in about 4 or 5 months. By which time, hopefully, I'll have lots of baby potatoes. What do you reckon? How easy was that? There's our ticket, so we know what we're doing. Potato fertilizer. The potatoes we're planting actually are a potato called Jemson, and Jemson is a main crop, I think. Okay, set this to one side, do the other 3, come back to me when I'm finished. That's it then, 4 buckets, 1 seed potato in each. We're going with potato fertilizer, grow more, bloodfish and bone, and cow muck, dry cow muck. Now, I hope you can see the numbers on these pots. All these pots have numbers on them, and every year I'm asked the same question: where did you get your numbers? So if I give you that answer now, there'll be no need to ask that question. Many years ago, when I actually worked for a living, the workplace had actually bought those numbers for a particular job, and they'd over-ordered. There was far too many. When the job was completed, there was lots and lots of these sticky numbers left over. And senior management decided what we needed to do was some housekeeping. And at that particular time, these numbers were just lying doing nothing. And they were going in the bin. So I said, yeah, give me them, I'll give them a good home. So yeah, I got these numbers for free. I got them from work, and I've no idea where work got them from, because they were there when I joined that particular department. So that's where the numbers come from. Right, what we're going to do with this? Well, it's a little trial we've got going here now, isn't it? Which is the best fertilizer out of these 4 for potatoes? You would expect potato fertilizer to win it, but it may not. But we'll find out in 4 or 5 months, won't we? Now, as a trial, it probably isn't that representative, because it's too small, isn't it? You need lots and lots and lots of buckets to get a meaningful result. But hey, we're going to get a result here at Homegrown Veg. We are going to get a result. We'll do a 4-pot shootout later on in the year, and we'll see which of these 4 fertilizers, 3 store-bought, 1 given to me by my mate, which of these produces the best crop of potatoes. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed this video. This is Homegrown Veg, signing out.